Hey, it's Mellow Ray. I'm so glad to be back again with a brand new video, especially because of how well my last one did. Thanks to all of you. I'm just so baffled and grateful at the same time. I'd also love to welcome my new subscribers, and I hope my future content resonates with all of you as much as my last video did. I'm so excited to build a community with all of you. Before we get started, I just wanted to quickly promote a project of mine that I've been working on for a while. It's totally fine if you'd like to skip it. I'll leave the timestamp for when the video fully starts in the description. Over on Wattpad, I actually have my own fantasy book that I've been working on for quite a while now. While I'm pretty inconsistent with updates, I'm super passionate about it. I'll leave the link down in the description below in case you're interested or would just like to share some love. It's an original story written by me, and I hope you love it as much as I do. I'm gonna wrap this section up with my usual disclaimers. As always, healthy debate is welcome in the comments. Keyword being healthy. Remember, slurs won't prove your point, facts will. With that in mind, let's start on today's topic, NewJeans' BBC interview. As much as this topic is getting old, the members really love to yap, and so do I. So here we are once again. Please correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I really doubt Adore approved the interview, considering the second part of it was after the injunction was granted. I'm genuinely wondering where the so-called respect for the court's decision went. As usual, Hanny, Danielle, and Minji did most of the talking and mostly echoed their usual sentiments, with something specifically said by Hanny that caught my attention. She surprisingly mentioned the fact that the situation involved another team, in this case, Islet, and claimed that the NewJeans members didn't want to affect them in any way. Funny. Let's see how well they've done that.
Go, Kylie, go. Good job, Kylie. You're doing amazing, sweetie.
Congrats, babe. You've successfully made another shitty attempt to clean up the mess you've made and gaslight the K-pop fandom. Sucks that your past actions show how full of shit your statement is though. It's funny how they accuse HYBE of media play and controlling the narrative when the members choose to go to Western media outlets and try to paint their story as if they're fighting for their rights while praying to whatever god they believe in that Americans and Brits don't feel like doing genuine research. Next, Hanny mentioned that she thought that people were doubting how much they were involved in their own decisions, and how people were doubting them because of how young they are. No, sweetie, that's not the case. People are side-eyeing your decisions because they're dumb and harmful, not because you're young. People are very much aware that your decisions are being made by you, because no knowledgeable adults would be dumb enough to pull the shit that you're trying to pull right now. Moving on to Danielle for the time being, let's analyze a bit of her statement. In all honesty, I wasn't as irritated listening to it as I was when hearing Hanny's, and I'll explain why in a moment. Danielle mentioned that in 2024, she felt like she was about to explode from everything that was happening around her, which is why she thought it was a good idea to say something. This is honestly something I can understand, because their creepy ex-CEO mother was dragging their name into her legal battles and putting stress on the members that shouldn't have been there. It's not surprising that Danielle won't admit that it was Min Heejin's fault, considering she has always been one of the most vocal members when it came to sharing support for her. It's also very telling about how detached they are from their own situation, considering in her next statement, she said that she expected NewJeans to win. The members have absolutely no idea about what they're doing if they thought tears would win over evidence in a courtroom. Not everyone is an old fanboy uncle of you. Haein spoke up next, explaining that it took them a lot of courage to speak up about the unfair treatment they had received. But again, we're all still waiting on that mistreatment that allegedly occurred. It couldn't have been in your debut era though, right? Your lovely mother was in charge of you guys at the time, and life was perfect then. It was only in the last 3 months where the so-called evil Kim Joo-young broke into your house and stole your dog. And now, going back to Danielle, she mentioned that all they wanted to do was work. Okay, so what about the album Adore had planned for you guys? The world tour and brand deals. Last time I checked, NewJeans are the ones not cooperating, while Adore has just been trying to meet with them. I'm sincerely wondering where all of these false lies that Adore is allegedly spreading are. So far, they haven't tried to purposely paint the girls in a bad light to the public. You can't blame Adore for exposing the fact that you lied about the entire ignoring scandal and it made you look bad. That's on you for lying in the first place. I'd love for the members or even some diehard bunny to give me an example of a lie or a negative comment Adore has made about the group. Hanny spoke again right afterward, saying that they never thought this was something that would happen to them when they were trainees or had just debuted, which is certainly ironic. Weren't at least 2 of their grievances that they brought to court the fact that they debuted later and that Haein didn't get a brand deal during attention era? It's awfully convenient that these things didn't bother them back then, but all of a sudden, they're genuine examples of mistreatment and a reason for them to terminate their exclusive contracts. My point still stands that this entire fiasco has always been about Min Heejin, and they just don't want to admit it. But hey, if ruining their public image was on their bucket list, at least they can mark that off now, while holding hands with Min Heejin and sing Kumbaya, or Pit Stop in this case.
Breathe! Before us, breathe!
Babe, you're already gonna find yourself in trouble with the law. There's no need to worry about speeding. Overall, the interview wasn't too long, meaning that this video won't be super long either, but because I personally prefer longer videos, I'm gonna mention another scandal involving them that occurred as of recently. If you don't know who Tally is, consider yourself kissed on the head by Jesus Christ himself, except he's about to take it back, because unfortunately, I'm about to tell you. She is an infamous fan of NewJeans that has been well known in the K-pop community for being the living example of a toxic bunny. Not only is she a Minheejin cult member, but she has also discredited groups like LE and BTS. You might be wondering why any of this matters, since literally every group has their fair share of unemployed losers as fans. Well, apparently, the NewJeans members decided that it was a good idea to reach out to her through Twitter to meet up. There's not much to say, to be honest. Kind of sad to say, but I'm not exactly shocked. At this point, they aren't even trying to keep up the lie that they care about other hype artists. Or if this is their attempt, they're awful at it. And just so you're aware, NewJeans DMs weren't open, meaning that the members were the ones who reached out to Tally. I'm just genuinely wondering what excuse they have for this, considering there's photo evidence. It's very telling why, as of recently, even the Korean public, who was madly in love with them, is turning their backs on the girls. It shows that facts will always win over a marketing gimmick. As always, I'm awaiting justice for Islet and LE, but the way this is going, I'm just gonna go out on a limb and assume it's not gonna happen. Hi, just wanted to pop back in and give a huge thank you for watching all the way until the end. I'm a small channel trying to grow slowly and build a community, so every bit of support is highly appreciated. If you'd like to do an extra favor for me out of the kindness of your heart, it would be to leave a like, comment, or both if you're feeling extra generous. I'll try to be back with more fun content soon. Bye for now.